What's up, legends, and welcome back to the Brotato series, where I'm trying to beat the game on max difficulty with every single character. Today is part 10, where we're using the Generalist. With the Generalist, you get +2 melee damage for every 1 range damage you have, and you get +1 range damage for every 2 melee damage you have. You can only equip 3 melee weapons, and you can only equip 3 ranged weapons at a time. So basically, you're doing a half melee, half ranged build. And for this one, I decided to start off with the slingshot. So as always, we're trying to go to at least wave 20, but if we make it much farther beyond that, then that's great. We'll keep going. We'll go on to endless mode as far as we can, but wave 20 is all you really need to consider to have beaten the run. So here, I'm just trying to take out every enemy that I can, make use of the bounce that the ranged weapon gets you. The main reason why I picked it for this first one was so I could actually hit more than one thing at once with the range. So here, really, anytime you would get melee damage or range damage is good, because they will both help each other, essentially. I'm probably going to end up going for a mix match of like ranged and melee ones, just to kind of whatever comes up in the shop, most likely. Because there is a mix, you can't really go for like a certain build. Just sort of kind of take whatever you get, whatever you're given here. So I took the shotgun as well, just to start off with the 3 ranged weapons. Get them out of the way. Thinking about the claw tree there as well. Just for that melee damage, but also gets us range damage and the crit, which is helpful as well. So there we go. We start with wave 2. As you can see, the range build is doing a very good job of taking things out. I don't even have to move so far. Although I will move to, make sure I'm collecting all the materials. But yeah, I really wanted to try out a build with the slingshots this time, because I've heard that they can be powerful, but I've never really had a build that's been that insane with it. I'll take the 1 range damage, and that's actually going to get me 2 melee damage as well, so that is a very good one to take. I took the tree thing as well. Save the charcoal for next time for that 2 melee damage, which will also get me 1 range damage. And then I picked up the little elemental knife, because it's a melee weapon that basically gives you some range as well. Although I believe it also scales off elemental damage, so maybe it wasn't the best choice. But it is kind of a fun knife to use. I feel like if you have full like elemental knives, then you can kind of have a fun build there. We had an item from this wave as well, which is very nice. Okay, so the run actually got cut off there, or at least my face cam did. I don't know what happened to the recording. It like stopped right in the middle, but then continued later. So I'm re-recording again this middle part for now. So anyways, here, going into wave 3, I got the charcoal item. Saving the flaming brass knuckles for the next time, just so I have another melee weapon. Reroll. We've got the injection that we could do. Yeah, probably the damage is worth it on that one. And then we can go wave 4. Early waves here are still pretty easy. You can pretty much just get away with the ranged weapons. You can kill most things without even needing to use your melee weapon. We did get an item there as well. The main thing you got to worry about are the flying enemies, which I believe, they're just called the flies. That makes it easy. The main thing you got to worry about is really the flies, just because when you get close to them, they can try to shoot you basically right as they die. And it's pretty hard to dodge. They're projectiles. So you got to definitely watch out for that. When we get some more melee damage, we could take there. We got 8% damage or 4 melee damage, or the harvesting. I think I'll take the harvesting just to get my harvesting back into the positive there, because it is still early, so that can definitely pay off by the time the end of the run comes around. We grab the flaming brass knuckles there, and then the goat. I think it's the goat skull. Alien eyes are also super nice to have. Basically, just adds like an extra weapon to your arsenal. So here we go, wave 5. You can see the projectiles off the slingshots are bouncing around here, helping me take out a few more things. Got an item from the tree there, which is pretty lucky. Another tree up on the top right. Okay, there's still mostly weak enemies on these first like wave 1 through 6. Not too bad. And there we go. We got the cog for engineering, but you lose 4% damage. I'm not really doing engineering, so probably just recycled that one. Yeah, I did. Get 3 more max HP as well. Probably the best out of those options there. My HP is was a little bit low. We can get the another one of the lightning shivs. Still got that alien eyes there, although we don't have enough money for it. Cute monkey is kind of a good one just because I only have 2 HP regen and no life steal, so the cute monkey does actually kind of help. You lose a range damage, which also means you lose 2 melee damage, but I think like that 8% chance to heal when you're constantly picking up the materials is actually pretty decent. So I ended up saving that one for the next round. Wave 6 is still not too much of a worry. Main thing is you just want to stay away from the flies. When you kill them, you want to try to kill them from range, which I clearly did not do a good job of there. Took a hit from that one. And another hit from that one. That was a little bit risky. Grab the fruit though. Just trying to stay alive here for the rest of this wave. Got an item there from the tree right at the end. This one definitely got a little bit closer than it probably should have. I don't think I played that the best. Some speed is always good as well, just to... I like having like 10-ish speed, I think. Or at least as kind of a baseline, because that seems like that's enough speed to kind of get around mostly. Here I was trying to grab the shuriken, but I thought it was a melee weapon, but it's actually, because it scales off of melee damage, but it's actually considered a ranged weapon. As you can see next on the range tag, it has the ranged in the parentheses next to it, so that's how you can tell. So I ended up unlocking that one. I actually kind of wasted a shop slot there, but not the end of the world. We grabbed the alien eyes, we grabbed the cute monkey, used the reroll. Going berserk is not bad, but I only have 1 armor right now. So kind of losing, like, you know, those first like 5 to 10 armor that you get are the most bang for your buck. So I typically want to kind of keep my armor up at the beginning if I can. Here we go, wave 7. Wave 7 is the first one that it can actually get pretty difficult at, just because of all the eggs. You want to stop the eggs from hatching, because they'll hatch the slashers, the big enemies. So I do my best to basically just focus on the eggs and try to avoid. The rest of them I have my ranged weapons take out all the hordes of the weaker enemies. Got another egg there. Got a tree, I think, that was just spawning up top there as well, yeah. Went up there to grab that one. And unfortunately, as soon as I went up, there was 2 eggs that spawned all the way at the bottom. So my goal here was just to take out both these as quickly as I could before I had any chance of getting overwhelmed, and that strategy actually paid off. Wave 7 complete. Three armor, 9% dodge, is both pretty good. I think having the armor is a little bit better though. So the next wave that's coming up here is wave 8. Wave 8 can be difficult just because there's a lot of the bruisers, which are kind of like the bigger enemies that will have this big like charge attack at you. So you have to kind of do your best to avoid them, but also take everything out as well. And here I was considering getting the bean for the 40% lifesteal, but kind of a lot of, or sorry, for the 40% XP gain, but it's kind of a lot of money just for more XP, which doesn't super help you that much. I guess you get, I guess you get more HP when you level up, but only 1, so it's not really worth spending an armor. Okay, we're back. My computer glitched out there for a second while I was recording my face cam, but apparently those ones that dash at you are called the bruisers, and the ones with the horns are called the horned bruisers. So now we know. I guess there's not really any way that you would know the names of the enemies without looking at the wiki. But yeah. basically my goal here is just to take out the ones that are the most threats. So I always try to take out the bruisers as quickly as I can, and then the ones that shoot at you as well. I believe those are the spitters. Yeah, the spitters. I try to take care of quickly as well before they become a problem. Because those are definitely the two biggest threats that you have on this level for sure. Alright, so wave 8 is done. Sharp bullet is actually a pretty good one to get. Obviously I can only make use of it on half of my weapons, but I think it is still definitely worth it. Wave 8 is a good wave for the money as well. Wave 8 has a lot of really weak enemies. So if you have stuff that does a lot of splash damage or can like hit a bunch of enemies, that one can be very good. So here we got the crossbow 3. And then I dropped the that one for the rocket launcher as well. So here we go, wave 9. Rocket launcher is very good for this level, just because as you can see there, all those circular explosions are just the rocket launcher doing work. Which is very nice. These are just like, basically this wave is almost entirely the chargers and the chasers, which are, you know, pretty weak enemies. You do get a couple of bruisers, but nothing really to worry about. As long as you got good splash damage weapons, then good crowd control weapons, then you are definitely more than good for this wave. We got a tree down here at the bottom. Just try to stay alive. I mostly just try to, I can kind of get in the faces of a lot of these weak ones just because the splash damage will, for the most part, take them out. And then the main thing is just I gotta dodge the dash attacks from the bruisers. But we did a good job there. Wave 9 complete. Sad tomato is kind of an interesting one to have. I think it's pretty much worth it just for that HP regen that we got from it there. I took the dodge there just because having a little bit of dodge is always nice. Could definitely save you in some sticky scenarios. Get the spear 3 as well. I do weirdly like the spear. I don't know if it's actually really that good of a weapon. I think it's just the animation for it feels good. Especially when you got a big cluster of weak enemies around you. It's got good range, and it's got a good like length of the hitbox essentially. So here at the shop, thinking about taking the cake or the turret, I ended up taking the cake there, and the one for a little bit more crit chance. Reroll. The torch is kind of an interesting one to get as well. Regen I think is always nice. I do like having some luck, but I think regen is always just going to be a more important stat than luck, really. You know, maybe if you're trying to perfectly min-max your build, then you would think about luck a little bit more. But if you're just kind of trying to go for straight up survivability and beating wave 20, then HP regen is definitely the priority. So here we go on wave 10. As you can see, we now start off with that 50% health because of the sad tomato, but our regen is decent enough that we should be able to fully regen our health before any of these waves give us real trouble. They don't usually start off too intense right from the beginning unless it's a boss wave. But you know, sometimes those are tricky. Alien Eyes are doing some work as well. What's cool about Alien Eyes as well is that they can crit, they can lifesteal, they can pretty much do anything that your regular weapons can do as well. which makes lifesteal kind of or makes Alien Eyes kind of work with most builds that you're going for as well, which is very nice. I think they're affected by the like the sharp bullet as well. I'm pretty sure. So it's a good one. Range damage here gets us also 2 melee damage, so hard to say no to that. 15% attack speed is also very nice. 4 HP regen as well, just to really help out with the regen as much as possible. Get the coupon. The coupon is, I don't think, really ever not worth taking. I feel like by the end of the run, the coupon's pretty much always helped. I guess unless you're only going for wave 20, you wouldn't buy it on wave 20, but besides that, it's pretty much always worth it to take it. We got the rocket launcher upgrade as well. Get that 10% damage as well, which is very useful. I was thinking about the weird ghost, but you know, just starting with 1 HP feels like you could die for sure, although I was thinking about it. The bag actually is a nice one to have. It can severely get you a lot of materials by the or seriously get you a lot of materials by the end of the run. That is for sure. I think I was thinking here about, you know, potentially ditching one of the other ranged weapons and getting a second rocket launcher, just because it is a pretty fun weapon to use. It's a little slow, but it is a fun one to use. So here we're coming up against the gargoyle enemy, which honestly is probably one of my favorite ones to fight against. He's not too difficult. You do have to be careful. My regen here is actually not quite as good as I would hope for this stage. Just trying to heal up a little bit before I potentially really try to go in for the kill. I probably should have gone in for the kill harder right at the beginning. At this point, I think it's kind of too late to really try to get the kill here. Just kind of try to stay alive. Stay close enough to it so I'm still hitting it in case I do start doing a lot of hits on it, a lot of damage, but I don't. Yeah, 15 seconds left. Over 50% health. Looks like I'm not going to be able to take it out this time. Just do my best to stay alive here. That phase 2, you know, not the easiest to fight against for sure. It, like, if you're trying to take it out, it's hard to on that one just because it shoots so many things. And you're right there. Grab the black belt there for the melee damage. Get some range damage, which also gets us 4 melee damage, which is super good. Grab that for the max HP and the regen. Coffee is a good one to have for that attack speed as well. Attack speed is really never a bad thing. 40 harvesting is kind of tempting. But taking 1 damage per second, probably not worth it just because my regen isn't that amazing. I mean, 25 regen is not bad, but it's not really enough that like taking 1 damage per second, you know, doesn't matter anymore. All right, wave 12. What I remember before, wave 12 is also similar to wave 9 in that you can get a lot of money and there's a lot of weak enemies. We got an item, an early item as well there from the tree. Just trying to save it in case I get a little bit of a pickle there, but decided to take it and just heal up a little, just heal up all the way to max. Doing our best to dodge the dashes from the bruisers. You can definitely tell that the mix match of weapons here makes the build a little bit awkward. I mean, it's good enough to take most things out because it's doing like enough damage because of the modifiers that you get with this character, but it doesn't really feel like a super cohesive build at the moment. We'll take that for the elemental damage just because the electric shiv uses it, and I guess the flaming knuckles will use it as well. Barricade is good, but I just don't really ever stand still, so not too sure how good that actually is. I like the fin as well for the speed. Black belt I think works well for this build as well. I probably should have gone for the pumpkin there just because I did have the sharp bullet. But not really the end of the world. Now for this wave, I like trying to take out the tentacles as good as I can. The one that shoots the triangles at you, basically, the V-shaped things. Because if you get like 3 or 4 of those, all kind of attack you at the same time, you can die real quick to those. So I do my best to loop around and not let too many of those spawn at the same time. Here we got 3 of them. As you can see, they're trying to box me in. Thankfully I'm able to take them all out. My health hasn't really ever gotten too low on this run, although that being said, I did just drop to 50% right there, but even then it's not that low. Wave 13 complete. Probably take that for the melee damage. Or melee damage. Might be good to get my luck back up, but at this point it's so far in the negative that the attack speed is probably better just to do that and just kind of accept that we're not really going for the luck. This thing actually did recover me a decent amount of HP, so I'll probably try to get it again next time. You do lose the range damage, but I think I'm doing enough damage right now that it's not too big of a deal. The riposte item is a nice one to have as well. Gets us more melee damage, and the when you dodge, it'll do damage as well. Now this wave can be pretty difficult because of the spawners, the thick ones that spawn all the little junkies, which are like the aliens with the green drool kind of coming from their mouths, or maybe it's a cape around them. I'm not totally sure. But when you get a lot of those little green junkie aliens, if you get like 20 of them on the screen, they're all shooting at you. It can get pretty dangerous pretty quick. So I try to take out those ranged ones as much as I can here. I'm getting a little overwhelmed though by just the sheer number of enemies. Doing a decent job of staying alive. I did take a 14 damage hit there though. Trying to take out all the little guys that I can. Make use of the melee weapons that I've got. Get as much cash as I can right here at the end. And we're good. Wave 14 complete. Little muscly dude is a pretty good one to have. Insanity. You lose the damage, but you get the crit, so it's probably worth it. Get some more harvesting there as well. Wave 14 might not have been the best time to take harvesting, but, you know, better than nothing. 15% more attack speed is always nice as well. Grab the riposte. Grab the cute monkey. Get the blindfold. I still decided not to take the pumpkin there. I think I forgot that I had the sharp bullet. Weird food can be a good one to have as well. The boxing glove is nice. Unique tools, or sorry, improved tools is one of the best items in the game, honestly. Especially if you have a lot of structures. I don't think I actually do have any structures right now on this one, but 10% attack speed is still solid either way. And then if I get some structures later, then, you know, it'll still help. If I get like a garden or a turret or something. So this wave likes to have a decent number of the tentacle monsters again. Just do my best to take care of the tentacles and the junkies as quickly as I can. Those are my two main focuses for this wave. And obviously the eggs as well. Although at this point the eggs aren't as big of a deal as they were on wave 7. You definitely still don't want like 3 of those eggs hatching at the same time. So if I see one and I have the chance to take it out, then I usually will. We got a loot alien there in the middle. I did manage to get the crate from it, although my health got real low there. We are just about staying alive though. We got a level up and we got an item. A little bit more speed for some range. I mean, my range is already pretty low. But let's see what I did here. Let's go thinking about it. Decided to recycle that one just because my range was already so low that I didn't want to lose any more range. Grab some more regen as well. Alien eyes. Get my range back there, and the improved tools. Max HP and melee damage is nice as well. We got another defective steroids item there as well, and the bag and the claw tree. Lots of good choices here. I ended up taking the claw tree and the defective steroids and the bag. And we go wave 16. Now this is where the enemies start getting a lot tougher. These ones have a lot more health, but I still seem to be one-shotting pretty much all of them, which is very nice to see. Makes me think it's a very promising run. Got a tree there as well. No item from it, but we are making short work of these enemies, thankfully. The extra alien eyes is definitely doing some work as well, which is very nice. The main threat on this one is honestly the bruisers. If you're too focused on the crowd, the bruisers can get you. We've got a loot alien on the right side there as well. Coming over to somewhere. Where did he go? I lost the loot alien. He was on the screen there for a second. Oh, there he is, right in the middle. Think we got him there at the end? Well, you got a crate from something. I assume it was the loot alien. We got a little chaotic there, so it's hard to really tell. 9% dodge is very nice to have as well. Harvesting or speed. I take the speed there just so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Silver bullet is an amazing one to have for sure. Another monkey as well. Another alien eyes as well is super clutch. And I think here I was thinking about replacing some of the weapons just because didn't really feel super cohesive, but didn't necessarily see any better options there. So here we're coming up against what is the name of this one? The Butcher. Butcher can be a difficult fight. I think there's definitely harder ones. If you're trying to do a no-hit, this one could be pretty hard. But if you're just trying to survive, I think you definitely can. Taking a few hits there. Gotta just kind of run away and heal up a bit. Grab whatever fruits I can. Try to get back to max health real quick. We're doing a good job of staying alive. We're just pretty much no chance that we're gonna take out the boss there, but we are just about staying alive. Although it's getting real close here right at the end. Okay. We survived. The garden is a good one here. We also have the improved tools, which will make the garden spawn faster, which is super nice. The free reroll is also pretty much something you always want to take. Here I'm just looking at the damage that my weapons have done. See if I want to replace any with the circular saw, because I do weirdly like the circular saw. I don't know if it's actually that good of a weapon, but feels satisfying. The animation that they have for it just feels like it does good work. So here we go, wave 18. There's a lot of like weaker enemies on this one, but you don't one-shot all of them, so you have to be a little bit careful. You can't fully just plunge into the crowd like you might have been able to do on previous waves. You still got to do a decent bit of dodging here. Make sure to... The main focus here is to dodge the ranged ones. Take out the eggs as well. Try to do my best that I can to keep it from getting too chaotic. 10 seconds left, though. I think we should be able to make it, provided we don't do something really stupid here right at the end. Nice. Wave 18 complete. Could take some more harvesting there. Range damage or damage percentage, I think, are definitely the best options. Range damage gets us 4 melee damage as well, though, so it's hard not to take that one. The nuclear launcher is a fun one as well. Recycling that and grab the circular saw for now instead. Take the free reroll as well. The cape is a nice one to have. 20% dodge is pretty clutch. You do lose 2 melee damage and 2 range damage, which I don't even really know how that would work based off how the two scale off of each other. I guess you'd probably lose an extra 2 melee damage. But for 20% dodge, that's probably worth it. We got 3 tentacle guys right there, and we're not taking them out as quickly as I would hope. We are doing just about enough to survive, but seems like I have to pretty much hit them with all my weapons at least twice for the tentacle guys to die. So just kind of trying to run away here. Thankfully my speed is good enough to avoid most of this. With 15 seconds left, my health got a little low there. Just trying to stay out of the middle of all the chaos, because that is a pretty good way to die real quick. We're getting stream remote play notifications. 4 armor might be good here, but also the 4 range damage. 8 melee damage is pretty nuts. Yeah, hard to say no to that one. I just reroll that. 4 more range damage as well for another 8 melee damage. A very good roll through on the passives. Pretty much the perfect thing that I could have asked for there. We'll grab the cape. The lure is one of my favorite items as well, because you get the 3 regen and you get 2 loot aliens on the next one for 2 bonus items. But I guess it's probably not good to take it on the boss wave, because your main goal here is just to survive or take out the bosses. So if we beat this wave, then we have officially beaten the run with, what was the name of this character again? I can't even remember. But I know it's the 10th character. I think here I'm just going for survival. I know I'm not really doing enough damage to take out the bosses, so just trying to stay alive and make it through this wave. We're proccing dodge here a lot, so I think it's definitely good that our dodge stat is decent. We might have died there if it wasn't for our dodge stat. Honestly, we had procced it like 5 times in the last 10 seconds there. It's getting a little hairy here. Whoa. Okay, dodge definitely saved us there. It's getting real close. 2 seconds left. Whew. All right, well, we were one hit away from dying there multiple times. So this build is definitely not the best, but we'll see how far into endless mode we can make it. The melee damage and the range damage is good, because that basically just doubles up on multiple things there. Another lure as well. Save that for next time. Try to get that nuclear launcher, but 780 is pretty expensive. I'd have to save money, probably for 2 waves. I don't really have any material multipliers on this run. No hunting trophy, no thief dagger or anything like that. I don't think I even have any metal detectors on this one either. We are doing a good job of dodging all these attacks though and not taking hits. There's a loot alien there, which didn't drop us. Oh, maybe we missed it. Maybe he snuck away somehow. Looked like we killed maybe we killed another enemy that was right next to it. I think the loot alien despawned right as we were about to kill it, unfortunately. We did not get any loot. There was 2 loot aliens there, and we managed to knock out either, which is unfortunate. 15% attack speed is very hard to turn down, though. Baby elephant is a nice one to have. I just have, like, my luck is so far into the negative. Using the free rerolls there, get the range damage, and we'll go with 22. We did not get many materials there. It'd honestly take, like, maybe 3 or 4 waves to actually get enough for that nuclear launcher. Although currently we're not really doing that much damage, so it's probably worth it to try to save up for that one, because it would hopefully be better than the ones we have right now. 2 of these bosses at the same time is tough, but I'm definitely not doing enough damage to take them out, so I just pretty much have to be dodging 2 bosses for 60 seconds here. And the double circles is definitely not super ideal. The small circles that they put you in is usually one of the worst attacks. When they put you in the small circle and then the guy dashes right towards you, although his health is pretty low. I might be able to take him out right before the end here, at least get his item. It's not a, you don't get the boss any items anymore once you're into the endless mode, which past wave 20 counts as the endless mode, but you can still get a regular item. Because he's low, it could be worth to go for the takeout, although 4 seconds left, low HP, probably just run away. Yeah, probably a good call there. We have another opportunity to take the lure here, which we will take, and then we'll use the free reroll. Elemental damage is kind of tempting, because then the nuclear launcher would also spawn off of that. We'll take the charcoal for now, though. Although, I mean, I'm making it real hard to actually save up for that nuclear launcher. Got a loot alien early, which is nice, but the loot alien did not give us anything. I guess maybe if your luck is so low that you actually don't get an item from the loot alien, you just get a fruit instead. Maybe. I didn't know that. I thought the loot aliens were always 100% loot drop, but maybe not if you're really far in the negative. We did get a loot crate from, I think it was a tree there. There is still a loot alien bouncing around there at the bottom. Loot aliens have a lot of health though. Yeah, that loot alien also only gave us a fruit. So having super low luck actually hurts you kind of more than you would think. I didn't realize that was a thing. We're getting pretty overwhelmed here. Just about staying alive though. Wave 23 is complete. Lemonade is always a good one to have. 10% attack speed or 8% damage. Can't really go wrong either way. But I think I was hoping for something a little bit more game-changing there. 3% life steal just to help me heal up faster is not a bad one to have. +1 attack speed for every current living enemy is also decent. And the spear upgrade is nice. Problem is though, I'm just not really getting money fast enough here to get all these items that I would want. I'm getting priced out of the shop. We got an elite here on wave 24, so it's going to be a real tough one. Just trying to stay alive long enough to heal up. But my HP regen is not that good. And I pretty much have no chance of taking these guys out either, so this build is clearly not the best. I think you know your build is much better when you can quickly take out the bosses. Ooh, getting hit by it. There's a lot going on the screen here. Be very lucky to stay alive. Yeah. That got real intense real quick. But hey, not a bad run. We beat it. We got to wave 24 on Danger 5. So the challenge is complete for part 10. As you can see here, we've got the gold ring around it. If you enjoyed, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.